The city never sleeps, but for two boys lying beneath an old bridge, the night stretched endlessly. Cars roared above them, lights flashed like stars, and the winter wind stabbed their thin clothes like knives. Hey, my beautiful family, welcome to A Story a Day. I bring you powerful and deeply loving story. Subscribe please. Ethan curled up with his torn jacket and whispered, "Liam, you awake?" A faint voice replied, "Yeah, can't sleep. My stomach's making more noise than the cars." Ethan smiled weakly. "We'll find something tomorrow. Promise." They both knew the promise was empty, just words to survive another night. But somehow, even lies sound like lullabies when you're desperate for hope. Liam looked up at the faint moonlight leaking through the bridge's cracks. "You ever think we'll have a bed? Like a real one?" Ethan chuckled softly. "A bed, a room, and hot food. Yeah, someday." Liam smiled. "I'll hold you to that." That night, with the city's rhythm echoing around them, two homeless boys dreamed of warmth of a tomorrow that didn't hurt. Part 2. Days of hunger. Morning came harshly, the air smelled of smoke and dust. The two friends wandered through the crowded market street, where vendors yelled, horns blared, and people hurried past them as if they were invisible. Ethan's stomach growled. "If we're lucky, bakery man throws leftovers again today." They walked to the bakery at the corner, a small place with red bricks and a golden sign. The smell of bread made their mouths water. The baker, a stout man named Mr. Harris, noticed them standing at the window. "Hey, I told you kids yesterday no loitering," he shouted. Ethan quickly grabbed Liam's hand and pulled him away. "Come on," he whispered. "We'll find something else." They walked for hours until they reached a park. A little girl was feeding pigeons, and a few pieces of bread fell to the ground. Liam picked one up, brushing the dust away. "Better than nothing," he said, splitting it in half. They ate in silence. Nearby, two boys their age laughed, eating ice cream, their school uniforms spotless. Liam watched them, his eyes soft but distant. "You think they even notice us?" Ethan shrugged. "Doesn't matter. We'll make them notice us one day, just not like this." He said it with such quiet conviction that Liam believed that somewhere, fate had a plan that didn't end under a bridge. Part 3. The rain that changed everything. It rained for 3 straight days that week. Their cardboard shelter collapsed, their clothes clung to their skin, and their feet ached from walking in wet shoes. Ethan had caught a fever but refused to rest. "If I stop, we starve," he said. Liam tore part of his own shirt to make a small cloth for Ethan's forehead. They took shelter behind an old bookstore, one of those forgotten places that smelled of pages and memories. The owner, a frail old woman named Mrs. Moore, came out one morning and found them asleep beside her door. She frowned. "You boys been here all night?" Liam jumped up nervously. We're sorry, ma'am. We'll go." But she saw Ethan coughing and trembling. "Wait, come inside before you freeze to death." They hesitated, unsure if it was a trap or a miracle. But warmth has a way of breaking walls faster than fear. Inside, the room was small but glowing with kindness, shelves of books, a heater buzzing softly, and a kettle boiling. Mrs. Moore handed them each a mug of hot tea. "What are your names?" she asked. "Ethan," the older boy said. "And this is Liam." "You've got brave eyes, Ethan. And you," she looked at Liam, "you've got the kind that still see beauty in pain. That's rare." For the first time in months, someone saw them not as beggars, but as boys. Part 4. Pages of Hopermers. Moore let them stay for a few days in the small storage room behind the shop. In exchange, they cleaned shelves, arranged books, and helped customers carry boxes. Liam loved it. He'd open random books and read bits aloud, stories of kings, dreamers, and heroes. Ethan would listen quietly, secretly imagining himself in those stories. One evening, Mrs. Moore noticed Ethan staring at a book titled The Boy Who Built His Tomorrow. She smiled. "You know, the author of that book was once homeless too." Ethan's eyes widened. Really? Really? She nodded. "He started by sweeping the floor in a library just like you." That night, Ethan whispered to Liam, Maybe this is where we start too." Liam grinned. "Then let's never stop reading." They both laughed, the kind of laughter that didn't sound broken anymore. Part 5. A door opens. Weeks passed. The boys grew stronger, their cheeks filled again with color. Mrs. Moore, impressed by their honesty and hard work, told a local social worker about them. One afternoon, a tall man named Mr. Daniels came to the store. He spoke gently, with a kindness that didn't feel forced. "Mrs. Moore tells me you to have been helping her. How would you boys like to go to school?" Liam blinked. "School? Like, real school?" Mr. Daniels smiled. "Yes, real school. Books, teachers, friends. A place to belong." Ethan hesitated. "But we don't have parents. No home. That's what we're here for," Mr. Daniels said. "There's a shelter nearby, not just for sleeping, but for starting over." Ethan looked at Liam, his throat tightening. "You think we deserve that?" Liam nodded softly. "We deserve a chance."
The first day, the shelter was small but full of laughter. Other kids who had walked the same dark roads. For the first time, Ethan and Liam had a bed, food, and a roof that didn't leak. The next morning, dressed in donated uniforms, they stood outside their new school. Ethan felt nervous. "What if they laugh at us?" Liam smiled. "Then we'll laugh louder." They stepped inside, to boys from the streets, now holding pencils instead of empty hands. Teachers were kind, but it was Liam who shined in class. He loved words, stories, and dreams. Ethan, on the other hand, had a knack for fixing things: computers, chairs, anything broken. Life wasn't perfect, but for the first time, it was theirs. Part 7. 10 years later, the world moves fast, but some dreams grow quietly. 10 years passed since the day the boys walked into Mrs. Moore's bookstore. Liam stood on a small stage, a microphone in hand, facing hundreds of faces. Behind him, a banner read, "Book Launch: The Streets That Made Us," by Liam Carter, his first published novel. He smiled through tears. "This book is dedicated to my best friend, Ethan, who once promised me a bed and gave me a life." The audience clapped. At the back of the hall, Ethan watched proudly, wearing a mechanic's uniform. He now owned a small repair shop, Ethan's Fix and Care, where he also employed other homeless teens. When the event ended, Liam ran to him. They hugged tightly. "We made it," Ethan said softly. Liam laughed. "No, you made it. You're the reason I never gave up." Ethan shook his head. "We both are. We kept our promise." Remember, they walked outside together. The city still buzzed, but it no longer felt cold. Part 8. The bridge at evening. The two friends visited their old spot, the bridge where they once slept. The graffiti on the wall was still there, faded but alive. Ethan traced it with his hand. "Funny, huh? This place used to be our world." Liam smiled. "Now it's just a memory, but a beautiful one." They placed a small plaque under the bridge that read, "Here slept two boys who dreamed of a better tomorrow," and found it. As they walked away, the city lights reflected in their eyes, no longer cold, but full of warmth and belonging. And for the first time in forever, they didn't have to dream anymore. They were living the dream.